There's nothing worse than waking up in the morning, checking your email, and seeing a refund request sitting in your inbox. If you're a course creator or you sell digital products online, then you know as well as I do that refunds suck. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 tactics to drastically lower the refund rate for your online course or digital product. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button below and the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video about online business growth. So why listen to me on this? Well, I've run an online course business for almost 10 years. We've done millions of dollars in profit and our all-time average refund rate is 4.8%. Now, I don't have data on what the industry average refund rate is, but I guarantee you that it's higher than 4.8%. I've heard 10% from most course creators, sometimes even higher. So I think 4.8% is pretty good. And there's a few things that we've done, a few tactics we've implemented to lower our refund rate. Now, before I get into those tactics, the first thing I want to say is that you should not try to eliminate all refunds. The truth is, if you've dialed in your marketing and you're focused on growing your online business, you will get refunds. It is unavoidable. There's only one tactic I know of to avoid refunds altogether, and that's simply to not offer them. Don't show a money back guarantee on your sales page or in any of your marketing messaging, and you won't get a refund. The issue though is that if you don't have a money back guarantee, 9 times out of 10, your conversion rate will be lower. And usually it will be too low to make up for the extra 5% revenue or so extra revenue that you gain from not offering refunds. So for example, let's say that we have a sales page that does have a money back guarantee. The conversion rate on that sales page is 5%. The refund rate is 5%. We sell 100 units at $100. We make $10,000. We lose $500 to refunds because of the 5% rate. Our revenue after refunds is $9,500. Let's compare this to a sales page without a money back guarantee. And let's assume that the conversion rate drops from 5% to 4%, but our refund rate is 0. We sell 80 units at $100 and we make $8,000. Our revenue ends up being $8,000, $1,500 less than the other sales page that did have the money back guarantee and the higher conversion rate, but a couple of refunds. So eliminating refunds altogether should not be the goal. It will likely lower your conversion rate, especially if you're selling low ticket digital products and courses. With high ticket services and coaching, it's a little bit different. So I'm strictly focusing on the low ticket side of things here. With that in mind, if we can keep our conversion rate the same and lower refund rates, then we get the best of both worlds. So that's what you want to do. So let's look at 5 tactics for doing just that. Tactic number 1 is to diagnose the problem. The first and most fundamental step is to figure out why you're getting asked for refunds in the first place. If you just blindly follow one of the 4 tactics that I'm about to share, you might miss the mark and fix something that doesn't need to be fixed instead of getting to the root of the problem. For instance, you might assume that your refund rate is high because your product isn't good. And so you spend months developing a new version. Your refund rate doesn't change. Turns out that it was your messaging that was the issue, not your product. Customers were buying it expecting one thing, but finding another. So you need to diagnose the problem. Why are you getting refunds in the first place? Now, there are 2 main ways to do this. The first is something that you can implement today, right after watching this video. What you need to do is send an email out to everyone who's been given a refund for your product. Send this out to your email list. Say something like, hey, we're working on improving our product or our course. Notice that you asked for a refund in the past and we processed that and wanted to know why. Why did you ask for a refund? And if you have any feedback that could help us improve, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. You'll get a bunch of responses back and you can start diving into that feedback. People like to be helpful. The second way to get this feedback is to ask this question every time you process a refund. So someone asks you for a refund, you respond with, hey, I'm happy to process this for you. Before I do, I'd love to know where we fell short and if you have any critical feedback for us to improve this product for future customers. Personally, with this approach, I still like to give the refund before I get the feedback from them. We usually ask this question after we've processed the refund. We don't like to keep people waiting. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth and usually the customer's mouth. And so sometimes people won't give you feedback at all. They'll get their refund, they'll move on. But it is helpful to have some feedback come along now and again. Now, the second tactic is the obvious one. It's not even really a tactic. It's not an easy, quick, actionable thing to do, but it really is the best way to lower refund rates. And that is to make a good product, make a quality product. The world of online courses and digital products is filled with shitty products. You don't want to be the one selling a shitty product. So investing time, effort, and care into making your product great will not only reduce refund rates because customers actually get value out of what you're selling, but it will also lead to a bunch of other things like more and better testimonials, word of mouth marketing, repeat purchases from customers, leading to a higher lifetime value, leading to more revenue and money for you and your business. So one of the keys with this is to figure out how you can over deliver. When someone signs up to your course or buys your digital product, are they impressed or are they kind of underwhelmed? You want them to be impressed. So that's tactic number 2. Make a good product. It's one of the best things you can do for your business. The third tactic is to be clear in your messaging. One of the main reasons people ask for refunds is because they bought something that they thought was for them and it turned out not to be. Now, this is almost always a messaging issue. You will get the odd customer who can't read your sales page and believes that your product is something else entirely. But most of the time, it's that you haven't clearly explained what it is that you're selling and the problem that it solves. Now, one way to improve your messaging is to figure out what made most of your customers purchase. Here's how you can do this. Number 1, email your customers that purchased the product you're trying to lower refunds for. Ask them, what were you hoping to achieve or solve by purchasing this product? You can just email them this question. Then look at the feedback and compare it to your sales page and marketing messaging to see if you can emphasize certain aspects or remove some altogether that aren't relevant. Tactic number 4 is to personally email your new customers. This may not make much sense if you're selling an extremely low ticket product and you're getting dozens or hundreds of purchases a day. But when you're selling a few units at a higher price point, say $150 and above, then it can be a good tactic to reduce refunds. Basically, you send a non-automated personal email to new customers. You can batch this into your schedule. You can do it at the end of your day. What I do is I send out a very simple email to people. It is personal. It's done from Gmail, not ActiveCampaign or MailChimp or ConvertKit. So it's not automated. I do often use a small template, but I'll say something like, hey, John, Sam here from EDM Prod, saw you purchased our course earlier today and wanted to personally thank you. Did you manage to get access to everything? Okay. So that's it. Extremely simple. And I ask a question to encourage the person to respond. Often I'll follow up with them after they reply and say, if you have any questions while going through the course, don't hesitate to get in touch. When you do this for your customers, you personally contact them, they feel cared for and they're more likely to contact you before they just ask for a refund. They're more likely to ask you questions or say, hey, I'm struggling with this, instead of just going straight for the refund. Now, tactic number 5 is to offer a credit instead of a refund first. So when you're selling online courses and digital products, your cost to sell a unit is basically zero, right? It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to put in time to build it again. So one question we always ask customers when they request a refund is, hey, before I process this, would you be interested in us crediting you with access to another course that suits your needs better? And sometimes we'll throw in a smaller bonus course as well to incentivize that. It's always better to transfer or credit someone because that way you keep the revenue. You're keeping the money. They're happy, you're not out of any money, and it's a win-win. Now, this obviously only works if you have more than one course or digital product. Otherwise, you'll need to refund. Most of the time, the customer will insist on the refund, so be prepared for that. But occasionally, maybe 20% of the time, they'll be happy with the credit. It is a low friction way to slightly lower your refund rate. So there we have it, 5 tactics to lower refund rates in your online business. To recap, you should not try to eliminate refunds altogether by having no money back guarantee. Your conversion rate will likely drop off and you'll likely end up worse off revenue-wise. The 5 tactics are: number 1, diagnose the problem. Why are people asking you for refunds in the first place? 2, make a better product. 3, improve your messaging. 4, send a personal post-purchase email. And 5, offer a credit instead of a refund first. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear from you. Also, make sure to check out my video on how to grow your online course business in 2022. It should be up there. I share a bunch of strategies in there that will make you and your business a lot more money if you execute on them. Cheers.